Thank you for your interest in UCLA for our teacher education program, which is a combined preliminary teaching credential and master's degree program. We will be walking you through the program as well as providing you with an overview of how to apply. Our teacher education program, or TEP, is housed within Center X, which is a research center focused on transforming public schooling to create a more just, equitable, and humane society. Our particular teacher education program has a social justice orientation and combines both theory and practice. The UCLA teacher education program is designed for people who want to teach in low-income, low-performing schools in California and Los Angeles in particular. Students in our program receive extensive support throughout the program and into their continuing years of teaching. Our teacher education program has partnerships in East, Central, and South Los Angeles, as well as Compton. We aim to work in the most underserved communities, which are often communities of color and low income, as defined by free and reduced lunch, and academic need, which is determined by a school's API score. We cannot stress enough that our program is committed to serving the underserved. This is where our students will do their student observation and student teaching, as well as be expected to work once obtaining the preliminary teaching credential. If you are not interested in this particular population and school setting, we encourage you to seek out other teaching programs that may better fit your interest. Our teacher education program is a 2-year program that combines the master's degree with the teaching credential. You will be taking coursework your first year toward the California State Teaching Credential, either for multiple subjects, which is elementary school, or single subjects, which we offer English, math, science, and social science. The second year you will be working full-time as an employee teacher, or if you are unable to secure a position, we will work with you to place you at an site so that you can finish the master's degree. We also offer an optional bilingual authorization in Spanish. Additionally, for those who are applying to English and social science, our coursework for those credentials come with an ethnic studies emphasis in the curriculum. The credential, however, is for English or social science. Our program is a full-time program, which makes it so classes are during the day and you are not able to hold full-time employment during the day while in the program. The program is based on being a cohort in which you and your fellow classmates take specific courses together. The specific course schedules vary from quarter to quarter, but you should expect intensive time commitments each term. Cohorts of faculty advisors who hold advanced degrees and have been classroom instructors for many years. They have expertise in the particular subject matter as well as in teaching methods. Novices, which are what we call our first-year students, participate in student teaching at schools with racially, culturally, and linguistically diverse low-income student populations in LAUSD and Compton. The faculty advisor coordinates student teaching assignments with each novice. At the end of the novice year, students are done with preliminary requirements for the teaching credential. California has a 2-tier credential structure. A 5-year preliminary credential is the first credential issued after an individual meets basic credential requirements. A professional clear credential is issued when all credential requirements have been completed, which students complete after being teachers for a couple of years. That is not done through TEP. This slide shows you the coursework assigned to our first-year students. The schedule, which is subject to change for following years, has been 3 half-days in the fall for student observation for elementary students and 4 half-days for single-subject students. The student teaching takes place in winter and spring, provided students have passed all of their CSET subtests. Students are in the classroom every day, Monday through Friday, at their student teaching site for both elementary and secondary. All of the student teaching is required by the state to meet the minimum number of hours. Our students are assessed for the EdTPA, which stands for Teacher Performance Assessment. This assessment is required to be passed in order to apply for a teaching credential. The EdTPA includes a review of a teacher candidate's authentic teaching materials as the culmination of a teaching and learning process that documents and demonstrates each candidate's ability to effectively teach subject matter to all students. After grades are reported for spring term, the Office of Student Services will apply for your preliminary teaching credential. We ensure you have passed the EdTPA as well as submitted and passed all other requirements, such as having CPR certification, being negative for TB, passing the U.S. Constitution exam, as well as other requirements. Students begin their job search at the beginning of spring term, and there are no classes between first and second years. During the second year, students are teaching full-time during the day and completing their coursework for the master's degree in the evenings. The master's degree requires the completion of an inquiry project, which is a research project completed at the school site addressing a problem one has identified to study, such as parent involvement, a particular curriculum implementation, or teaching practices. This slide shows you the coursework during the second year of study. For students who are not employed as classroom teachers, the program will place you at an inquiry site so that you are able to continue with coursework and finish the master's degree. That is an overview of our teacher education program. We will now walk you through the application process. Our deadline is December 1st. There are no exceptions to this deadline, so we encourage you to begin the application early enough to not be stressed as the deadline approaches. You'll begin the application at the UCLA Graduate Division website, which is grad.ucla.edu. The application will be available in early September. You are essentially applying to UCLA, and within UCLA you are applying to the Department of Education. And then within the Department of Education, you are applying to the Teacher Education Program. Within TEP, you are then applying to either elementary or multiple subjects, English, math, science, or social science. Required documents for the application include one copy of your transcript from any institution where you earned a degree or if one is in progress. You will upload this transcript. We do not need community college transcripts. The minimum GPA requirement is 3.0 for junior and senior years. Even if you don't meet this requirement but are close to it, we encourage you to apply. We also need you to mail us one official copy of the transcripts that you uploaded. These can be mailed in or sent electronically. If you are sending it electronically, please call our office so we can give you the correct contact. Your statement of purpose. We encourage you to spend a lot of time on writing your statement. This should be clear about why UCLA and why this particular program. How did you become interested in being a social justice educator? This should not be generic. It should give the faculty who read your file a good understanding of why you are applying to this program and what led you to pursuing an advanced degree in this area. The statement of purpose should be 3 to 5 pages, double-spaced. You should also include your resume as if you were applying for a job. To teach in the state of California, you must pass both the CBEST and the CSET. We do not require the GRE, but we do require the CBEST and the CSET as part of the TEP application. You need to upload your test results or proof of registration into the online application under Additional or Supplemental Documents. These exams are offered online, and information can be found by doing a web search of CBEST or CSET, and we have the direct website listed here, which is www.ctcexams.nesinc.com. For those who are attending a single subject waiver program, you can upload this verification in lieu of the CSET. You must upload either your test results or proof of test registration on or before January 6, 2018. Failure to upload this item will result in your application being considered incomplete. You do not have to pass the subtest, but you must have taken them and or be registered for all subtests. There are 3 subtests for each subject matter except for English, which has 4 subtests. If the exam date is January 7th or later, you will only be considered for the waitlist. Admitted applicants must pass the exams before they begin student teaching, which makes these tests very important. Out-of-state applicants are not exempt anymore since they are offered online. We have 2 optional essays. One is the TEP Scholarship Essay, and one is for the Graduate Opportunity Fellowship Program, which is a university fellowship. The TEP Scholarship Essay is if you wish to be considered for a scholarship from TEP, which ranges in amounts from $1,000 to $15,000. The TEP Scholarship Essay prompt is found on the application checklist, which can be downloaded from our website. GOFP information can be found on Graduate Division's website. All applicants to TEP participate in a small group process. We have 2 weekends to select from, and 2 times are available each Saturday. If you live in California, you must attend this group process. If you will be outside of California during the month of January, we will arrange for you to have a Skype interview. When you are completing the application, you will see a TEP interview process selection. You must indicate your selection here. If you are participating in a Skype process, we ask you to email your information. That is found on the application checklist. In these processes, you are given an educational concern to discuss and address in a small group setting. You will also participate in a writing exercise. We need 3 letters of recommendation. We recommend, if possible, that you secure one from a faculty member, one from a supervisor if you are working, and another professional who can testify to your ability to be successful in graduate study and/or your interest in being a social justice educator in an urban setting. We recommend that you ask your recommenders early enough so that they can meet the December 1st deadline as well. You will enter their emails and they will go into the system and upload their letter of recommendation. You will be able to track and see if they have completed it or not. If possible, we also suggest that you give them your resume and statement of purpose so they understand what program you're applying to and why. You can enter their emails prior to submitting the application, so do not delay in doing this. You then have to pay once you have completed the application and are ready to submit it. Your application cannot be reviewed unless it is submitted. If you are eligible for a fee waiver, you must provide the necessary documentation with your application at the time of submission. You will submit the application, pay, and then you should be redirected back to the application to submit it again. Just ensure you have indeed submitted the application. On this slide, you can see the cost of fees for this coming academic year. Students pay full fees both years. However, for the second year of study, if you have a full-time job with health insurance, you can waive that cost, which is about $1,200 per term. We encourage you to fill out the FAFSA by the March 2nd deadline if you believe you'll be taking out loans for your graduate study. The TEACH grant is about $3,600 in free money from the federal government dispersed during the first year. The requirement is that you have to teach in a high-need subject and a high-need school for the first 4 years of teaching out of 8. If it is not fulfilled, the money will be converted to a subsidized Stafford loan. This slide has some reference sites for you that may be of interest, including housing, health services, as well as parking services and financial aid. If you still have questions about our program or the application process, please call our office at 310-825-8326. Thank you for your interest in UCLA. Please do not hesitate to contact us for any remaining questions. We know applying to graduate school can be stressful, and we are here to help you through the process.